Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Urban Absurdity. I'm your host, OG Ron.
And I'm Bianca.
And we are back after a short vacation. And I missed doing the show. It seemed like it was like 2 months when it was only like a week and a half.
It was like a week and a half.
Hey, but I have so much fun doing this shit. Like last weekend, I was like, I wonder if she get mad if I called her and say, you want to do a show? I didn't do it, though.
I would have been like, get out the phone.
I didn't want you to shut me down and be like, nigga, you said we was off.
I'd be like, go take a nap. Do something with your time.
I forgot what happened, but it was like I was really excited. Like, oh, shit, we can't let these topics go by. And now, when I was researching topics tonight, I forgot all about that shit. I don't even know what they were. But I was going to call your ass like, hey, dude, let's do a show.
No. Guys, I did miss you, though.
Nigga, I'm chilling right now. You said we was off.
Listen, I would have been like, don't answer the phone.
I think it might have been Power, though. I think it might have been Power when I said, I want to do a show tomorrow because the first episode of season 5 came on. And it was some of the parts was like hella funny. Like
okay,
for me.
I have not seen it. I'm going to let everyone know I have not seen it. Ron told me. He's like, oh, make sure you watch it because I love Power too. But I binge watched. So I need to see at least 3 shows after the first one. So that way, like, I guess I can do it now because there's another one out. Mm-hmm. And I have the app. So, midnight.
Oh. Yeah, it is midnight. It's 12:04.
3 minutes ago. 4 minutes ago.
Yesterday. Last Sunday, last Saturday night, Sunday morning. I had to wake my girl up because I didn't want to watch it by myself. Like, I was excited. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, wake up. She was snoring and shit. She was about to go in the room. I'm like, dude, wait a minute. The new Power is on. Like, wake up. So she went, I don't know how, like, she went and got a sandwich and was like, all right, I'm woke. Like, how the hell does food wake you up? Like,
if it's good food, like, if it's something that I've been thinking about all night.
I think she had been dreaming about it or something because she woke right up and went and got some food. Like whatever, let's just watch this shit.
If it's good, you be like, shit, that's cool because I ain't gotta wait. I should have watched it, but I can't. I'm a binge watcher, and I know a lot of people that are. We are like, I need a show after this show for me to watch because I feel like I haven't seen it, but I feel like I'm gonna watch it when Tyreek get his act together, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't gotten it together yet. So I'm gonna watch it when he stopped pissing me off. Did he piss you? Just say yay or nay. Did he piss you off the first
yay, nay. Oh. I'm not gonna give anything up. I know a lot of people.
No.
It was. Man, Tyreek's still on that bullshit. I think he needs an ass whooping. It was one night. Dude, I just want to talk about it so bad. I just don't want to ruin it.
You have to, for me, well, for anybody that's listening, just kind of fast forward through this if you don't like this part. Because spoiler alert.
We're going to talk about this shit for 45 minutes. It was that good.
Spoiler alert, I can watch something even if you tell me about it. That's why when people say, oh, they're going to talk about it on social media, I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
That gets to me. You know what? It's not really when people talk about it. It's those memes that get me.
Oh.
Because sometimes, like they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Sometimes they'll get just the right picture and make a meme out of it. And I'll be like, well, that was last year because I made, maybe the first few episodes and I noticed that people were not going to stop trying to ruin it.
Yeah.
So I was up at midnight just getting it out the way. Like, y'all not going to fuck with my...
I can't.
With my Power.
Y'all fuck
But
with
eventually, even binge watching, you have to, like, once you run out, there's no more. And it seems like it takes 6 years for the next season to come on.
But I'm satisfied because I got to watch it back to back to back. What is it, like 8 episodes? Why don't they give them more episodes?
I think we got 10. I think it was 10 episodes a season. Well, I know the first season was 10 shows.
Ooh.
And I maybe it was my youngest sister. She recommended it. I watched it. Most of the shows she watches, like, I don't watch a lot of TV series. Like, I don't know why. I can't explain why, but the series that she watches, like, they don't keep my interest. Like, I might watch a show. You know how somebody recommends something.
What's one that
It's
she
like,
watches
I don't
that
like
you don't
this.
like?
What was the name of that? All right. First of all, she watched that Netflix Luke Cage.
Okay, I heard it was good. I haven't watched it yet.
Luke Cage was one of those things that didn't hold my attention. Like, I watched season 1. It's on season 2 now. Like, my girl was just watching it. And, all right, spoiler alert, this chick lost her arm.
And I don't know which one.
I'm a silly dude, so it was funny. It was this scene. It was this scene to where I saw it last weekend. She watched a couple of shows. This weekend, like, we came back in. She put one on. She stayed up for most of that. I'm just kind of looking at it while researching topics. And the girl forgot she only had one arm. She got into a fight, and she was whooping dude ass because she was originally right-handed, but she lost her right arm. So she's, you know what I mean, she's throwing left hooks at the nigga, and then she swung with the nub, and I just fell out. And my girl just looking at me like, I'm like, dude, you don't know her. I'm sure that shit is not real.
But you know what? People are protective of their shows because it's kind of like that shit wasn't even funny. You know, to you,
that shit was hilarious. How you forget your arm was ripped? And I don't know what happened to it, but it's no longer there. And she swung that motherfucker.
This one was released in people are protective of their shows. It's kind of like, I love Supernatural. And I don't care what
I've caught a couple of episodes. Those with the white dudes, like the brothers.
First of all, it's Sam and Dean. Okay?
And you know what? All right, now that's a show, like I said, I don't try to get, I think I purposely don't get hooked to a lot of shows because I don't have the time to. Power, I know I'm going to have to put my effort to watch 10 shows a year.
Oh, God.
And it's going to come back. You know what I mean?
It's only 10.
My girlfriend has 66 series that she watches faithfully. All of them. She doesn't miss anything. She come down. She knows. Well, I mean, she could turn it on whatever the hell she want to turn. But I guess since I'm the goofy boyfriend, I'm always like ruining it for her, or she can't pay attention. So she goes home and just like during the week she'll come back tired, like, why are you so sleepy? Well, I've been watching like 4 or 5 shows a night. I get off work, I'm like, dude, who has the time?
I can't say I have. Like, I really want to get into. Oh, first of all, let me go back. I'm sorry because it was so disrespectful of me. Supernatural, we're on season 14. So you gotta know it's the bomb. 14?
That's what I was just about to say, though. Season 14, are you serious? So you've been in for the long haul.
My brother loves Supernatural. Like, loves. Like, we are the same. We like certain stuff like that. So when he told me about it, they were probably into. No, it was season 1. It was my bad. Yes, I've been down with Sam and Dean for 14 long years.
That's a long time.
And they never disappoint me, which is why I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
How long? I mean, I know The Simpsons lasted 33.9 seasons, but do shows really go for that long?
If they're the bomb. Like, if a show lasts that long, then you know, 1, they're making money. Then 2, they have the fan base, the interest. Like, I don't know. See, I've heard so many people talk about Game of Thrones. Love Game of Thrones. I haven't watched it yet.
I've never seen it, but yes, I'm just like you. I hear about it all the time.
I can't go anywhere to like Game of Thrones. Do you see Game of Thrones? And then when my family, we got together for 4th of July, and everybody's like, oh my God, Game of Thrones. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't know about Game of Thrones, just like I don't know how to play spades.
Now, see, I was going to give you a pass.
Crickets?
And not bring that up. I think we need a little cricket sound bite.
Because I'm pretty sure you got one. You just don't know where it is.
Yeah.
You got
I have no idea what's going on with this thing. But that is unacceptable.
I'm okay with talking about my my mishaps and my I don't know how to play spades or dominoes. I don't know how to play. My family, they play. You know what turned me off to spades? I think.
What? The cards.
I think. Okay, when I was younger, like I said, my people from Missouri, so I used to go to Missouri all the time, and it was like even 2-year-olds knew how to play spades, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just what people do. But then
2-year-olds.
no, they play spades, like slapping them on the table, the cards. But when people get upset and they're mad, I've seen some people say some harsh shit over spades.
Yeah.
Why do I want to?
Yeah.
Why do I want to be a part of that?
You should definitely subject yourself to that.
I don't.
It's part of the black experience,
No.
especially the barbecue experience.
Not at all. I don't want any of that.
Not at all.
I don't. I. A part of me wants to play, but I know once I learn how to play, then it's like you know how to play. Until I get good, because when I still suck, people gonna be like, "Nah, I don't want to play with me." But then once I get good, it's kind of like you know how to play, and people choose me to play.
Yeah,
and then I gotta argue with people.
That's a part of the experience. You definitely have to argue. You have to belittle
I don't want that.
The person that you're playing. When you got to learn how to slap the shit out of the cards. Like you got to throw the cards like ninja stars.
I don't even know how to shuffle.
Well, you definitely need to learn.
I don't know.
You definitely need to learn. Dealing is a big part of spades. Because when it's your turn, and don't miss deal. I seen a nigga get shot over that shit. I'm not bullshitting. I'm not bullshitting. And the only thing we did was push him out the chair. We kept on playing.
You know what? See, that ain't what I want. First of all, that is not what I don't want any parts of the argument over a card game. Like, if it's bad enough that I fight somebody over Uno, I don't need 2 card games.
Okay, we'll see.
We will bang over
Keep
Uno.
that same energy
No, I don't.
With spades. See, I don't play Uno. I used to a long time ago, forgot how to play. Spades is my game.
No. Uno.
Like, I'll play some dominoes. I'm from the hood. Niggas get out of jail. Like, hey, you want to play some bones? They masters now. You know what I mean? They got their degree, GED and bones, so I play that.
They really do. They really did. What do they play when they play?
That's how the motherfuckers got their noodles and shit in that motherfucker.
Niggas who get out of jail, they know how to play spades, they know how to play dominoes, and they know how to play tunk. That's what their game is. They know how to play tunk. I hear that all the time. I know y'all probably thinking, like, how many hood niggas she messed with?
And they know how to make gumbo with noodles and summer sausage and all that type of shit.
I've seen a major feast.
So if you don't mind eating food out of a trash bag, like, because your boy home.
I've seen a major feast made out of a couple of items and a microwave. And I was like, I'm shocked that Thanksgiving dinner has been made.
It go down in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I see. Shout out to y'all.
I have tasted some jail food on the outside, though.
I have too, because they know how to make.
I have tasted it. I did. But to the spades, though, it's like, okay, let's just say you're at a family function.
Okay. I'm there.
All of the available people who know how to play spades, like you got one cooking, you got one cleaning, one, she got to whoop her son real quick. You know what I mean? And you're called upon. Like, that's a very...
I don't want to play.
No, you have to. It's like you're letting it's almost like you're letting your country down.
I let that shit down every day, bitch.
No. When you're called, it's almost like being drafted into the military. Like, you take that honor seriously.
I would run.
And we would chase you because you're supposed to know.
And I die the first time. I'd be like, you just gonna lay out. Yep, I told you niggas I didn't want to go in the first place.
Spades. All right.
No.
This is what me and my friends do.
Argue.
Oh, fucking yeah. Me and my girl, we rarely have an argument. When my boy comes over, him and his girl, we team up. It's the guys against the girls. And
who usually wins? Be honest.
You know what? The last fucking about a month, and we've been pretty pissed about it. They've been getting like the best hands. Like, they got that. I can't say beginners because they've been playing for a while. Like, these motherfuckers have really been fucking us up, and I've been being pissed about it.
See, listen to this. You said basically they get the best hands, right?
Yeah.
So basically it's just because of the deal, the reason why they could play, not the fact that they could just play and whoop y'all ass.
And you know what? That's what we argue about.
See,
But I swear to God, they're listening to this show. They're faithful listeners, and I do have to say this. they can play because they've learned from the best. But
so they have uncles and fathers and mothers and who taught them. Oh, you meant you.
Yeah, I'm sure they're a part of some tribe somewhere. But I'm serious. Some of these hands are like amazing. All right, this is how we play. Because it's like when we get together, somebody always has to go to work. I don't give a damn if it's a Saturday or a Sunday. Somebody got to get up and go.
Okay.
So we play best 2 out of 3. As long as we play 3 games, we cool. If everybody chilling, having a good time, maybe we started early, we'll go further. Okay. Sometimes they'll come over and like, you know how hard it is to get, like, all right, the first hand in the space world, you bid, you know what I'm saying, it bids itself. You don't have to say I got 5. You don't have to say I got 6. You just play that first hand. And these motherfuckers will win like 3 in a row. You know how hard it is to get 3 10s in a row?
I don't know how hard it is to do anything.
See, you don't know my struggle.
I don't understand. I don't want any parts of it. Any parts of it. like I just walked in the hood. No.
I don't want no parts of that.
No. Oh, can we talk? I know that's not what we
said. Can we talk about? Yes, we can talk. That's what we do on the show.
No, we have to talk about.
Of course.
We have to talk about Jess Hilarious.
All right, you know what? All right, before we talk about Jess, I do want to get in on that.
Okay.
I just want to tell y'all, I'm going to say this about Power before I forget.
Oh, yes.
I'm 41 years old. My mind is deteriorating. My memory is, so I got to bring it up now.
He's telling the truth.
Power is the shit. The first episode of season 5 was like.
That's always you. I don't know why.
You know what the good thing is? Like, I don't think the audience hears that shit. When I try to listen to the show again, I don't hear them. But
you do that
it
pause. It
definitely makes me nervous.
It makes you do the pause like, is it shutting
I look
off?
down like, what the fuck this nigga want? All right. Power is so good, man. It's like every question that you had when season 4 ended, it's like it got out so fast. It was not an episode to where it's going to go slow.
The slow shit?
Yeah, where they address this and then wait for the next show to address this. It was like it was just like boom, 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 action packed. Everything that you wanted to see, like the way you wanted things to work out after you watched the season end, it might not have worked out for you, but you saw what happened like in that episode. That was like the strongest hour of Power that I've ever seen.
Okay, so I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch both of them.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll update next week. I don't feel like, spoiler alert, I feel like you should do what everybody else does and just fast forward because I want to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to tell y'all right now. Get the Starz app. I have the Starz app. You can watch it at midnight. And we drop the show the next day. So, what now we doing them Saturday nights now? I forgot.
I was about to say.
But, all right, we're here. We'll
still talk about it.
We're going to talk about the last show. So, y'all will have more than enough time to watch it. So, watch it. There will be no spoiler alerts. Okay. What do we have about Jess? I want to hear this.
No, you know what? At first I was kind of like, I like how she talks about herself. Mm-hmm. I think it's the perfect thing to do. Because when other people come talk about you, it's like, shit, she said that. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
Now, we keep taking this page out of Eminem's book.
But listen, when she was talking about herself, she wasn't. It wasn't like I'm talking about myself, so you won't, because she never had to do certain shit. Like she never has to expose certain shit. I'm talking about the one on her hair, and she never has to expose that part. Nobody would know, but she chose to do it. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I just don't care.
But why does she do it? Like I don't know the background behind these memes, but once I saw them, I was like, oh my god, what the. Oh my God! Yeah, that was something that definitely should not have been exposed. I mean, for my sake.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, Jess ain't a bad looking girl when she got the hair done. You know what I mean? Not at all. But then when I saw the little stump, like up at the top, it was like it almost reminded me of old girl's arm on Luke Cage.
That's who called it the stump.
I don't get it. Like, why? Okay, I guess I see what you're saying about she talks about herself, but if she put that out there, but still, they still took it and ran with it.
Listen, they did.
They ran with that shit.
However, listen to this. It's controversy is just amazing. Like, even people who didn't know about her know about. I mean, it's kind of like keep your name out there. Maybe she felt like she was drying up a little. Maybe she felt like people weren't talking about her because
her hair was drying up a little.
And she.
Could he use a little jelly on that shit?
When her boyfriend came up to her. If y'all haven't seen those memes or those videos, just watch. I'm telling you, it's just fucking funny. It's hilarious. I had to talk about it because it's funny. So if you just want to laugh, and then when DC Young Fly talks about her, and then she talk about him back, oh my God, it's just the best.
I was searching through Instagram, and I saw like a side by side. You know how they make the little videos with two sides to it. I knew they were going at it, but we were like, we went out today, so I was like, I ain't got time to watch this, but I gotta see that.
Listen, hilarious. Please watch it just to get a laugh. I just had to bring that up because it was so fucking funny. Okay, I'm done.
All right, this has been a good week. First of all, the only thing that was bad about this week is that I had to work so goddamn much. I went on vacation a few weeks ago. Well, I took a vacation for work. I didn't go no goddamn. I was here. But I was off for like 9 days. And then I worked 16 straight days. I was off on the 4th. I was happy because one thing, the 4th is my favorite holiday. Not because of independence or anything like that. That's not the reason.
Okay.
That's not the reason.
Why? What's the reason?
I just think the 4th is a dope holiday because the energy surrounding that holiday is like better than Christmas to me. And I will say this because I got a lot of nieces and nephews, and I don't give a fuck who I'm fan about this. The holiday, first of all, Christmas, everybody's just kind of, it's a weird energy on Christmas.
It's a great energy.
No, it's not. No, it's not in black households. It's a weird energy on Christmas because everybody, well, I know me, like everybody has that circle of people who are going to get gifts. It's like, okay, you my second cousin. So when they come over, it's like, it's weird. And if nobody else feels that, it's like people want shit on Christmas. Like, okay, all right, I got to take care of my kids. I got to take care of my moms, my sisters. I got to take care of my immediate family. So there's no huge functions on Christmas unless, well, not in my family. Like,
really?
You don't, I mean, Christmas is just like about immediate family. It's always have been for me. Like, okay. Friends don't show up. Like, you don't have 20 friends show up on Christmas.
Okay.
Like, who goes to somebody else's fucking house on Christmas? It's like, you spend that with, well, I don't. I'm not going to walk through nobody else's door on Christmas. It's like Christmas is a different type of holiday. On the 4th, it's kick it time, baby. We turning the fuck up. We got the block coming over. Everybody's cool. The next door neighbor, you look over there. Oh, you got brats, I got ribs. Let's trade when we get done. Everybody's cool. Family comes. The kids are super into it because they know fireworks coming. It's just a whole different, better vibe to me. I love the 4th. It's like the kids are ready. The adults are ready. We drinking. We putting somebody on a barbecue who didn't even know they was going to have to cook that day. It's like, it's so much fun. I fucking enjoyed myself. I drank from noon until midnight. Went to work with a buzz. I almost got in trouble. That's how I got them free Worlds of Fun tickets. I almost got in trouble. Like, I had an altercation at work, and my boss, well, the plant manager is so cool. He's like, you know what? I'm going to give you some Worlds of Fun tickets to calm your ass down. But he didn't know I was still under the influence of the 4th of July.
Why were you upset?
First of all, it was hot. It was 100 degrees. I work in a warehouse with no AC.
Okay.
When I went back, it was and we cool now, but at first we wasn't. Like, I hadn't talked to this dude in like 8 months. My not talk to you game is strong. Like I didn't talk to this dude in like 8 months. I'm talking about when you work in close proximity with somebody and you don't talk to them, it can seem
awkward.
weird.
Yeah.
And you ain't even spoke to this nigga in 8 months.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he walking out of the break room like right behind me, and like I let the door close and all types of shit. So that day it was just something that happened, and then some words were exchanged, and we was like, the little nigga told me, shit, we could take it outside. Me being 41, him being early 30s, a little bit better shape. I thought about it for a split second, but I was like, shit, nigga, you in too deep now, nigga. You got to say, let's go.
I was like, you can take it outside.
I'm like, let's go, nigga. I didn't want to go, but I was like, let's go, nigga, what's up? But, yeah, like I said, we didn't end up going outside. The supervisor was right there, so we worked it out. But, yeah, I just love the 4th. Like, back to my original, the 4th is just so dope to me. My family came over. We got the old school jams playing in the back. It was just cool. Like
the gathering part for you is like
it's the best part.
Yeah.
It's the best part. It's like, yeah, the fireworks are cool at night, but the whole day, like people you don't usually see, friends dropping by, you getting calls from people. Ain't nobody calling your ass on Christmas. You might get a text, Merry Christmas, my nigga.
I call people.
On Christmas?
Yes.
Like everybody?
Hey.
I don't do it. I don't know why.
It's probably my candy ass. Like, hey guys. what everyone's doing?
I'm the type of motherfucker like, this nigga must think I got a gift for him.
I'd be like,
I got no gift for you, nigga.
So what you doing? I'm about to stop by just a minute.
Yeah, nigga, you ain't about to pick nothing up. I just want to let that be known.
Get my shit. No, 4th of July this year was kind of, I don't know. It was odd. I say that because I went to work the day before and then the day after. That shit's not fun to me.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
that was the only bad part about it.
That part wasn't like the funnest part to me. I think it didn't even feel like it to me. Mm-hmm. It felt like the 4th because the family got together and everybody's just hanging out, just enjoying each other. But it didn't feel like that after I got up. Like,
no, it didn't.
Like, let me hurry up and go. And I was on time too, so you know. I didn't even say, well, I'm just going to be a little bit late. Like, I was actually on time. So I enjoyed the family part. Yeah. And I enjoyed getting on social media too and seeing everybody else with their families and kids together and having fun. Because I love the 4th too. I wouldn't say it's my favorite holiday.
It's my favorite holiday. You better not disrespect it.
I'm saying
I'm standing on that.
I'm saying it's at the top. It's not my favorite, but it's really at the top.
So what is your favorite holiday?
It's a mix between good and evil.
There's no mix.
It's a mix between good and evil.
There you go.
Like, it's, first of all, I love Halloween.
That's like if I ask you who's your favorite ex. You supposed to have an ex on deck to tell me about.
It's a mix between two of them. If I could put both of them, we would have made it.
I think we all say that shit though.
No, I say that because I love Christmas, of course, because of the gathering. See, my family gets together, not just immediate family. Like, my family gets together for Christmas, and it's just, even if you didn't get anything, it's kind of like, damn, we together, we eating good. Because black people eat on Christmas. Most black people I know on Christmas like Thanksgiving. So it's like you got Thanksgiving twice. So we're eating good. Everybody's getting together. If you did, if the family did get a little cash that year, people had a good one. Yeah. You're like, oh,
black people, we eat. Like,
we eating.
See, we eating good on Columbus Day. That nigga ain't discovered shit, but we got all kind of pans on the counter.
Let me go ahead and get it. Go ahead, pass it, Wings. They will, for any reason, we'll cook. But but Halloween, oh my God, it's just something about Halloween.
You know what? I saw you post that. You already ready for that.
Listen. Listen.
Okay.
Even for only the same people, I'm planning on doing, my birthday's October the 9th. So I'm all about fall. Like, I'm planning on doing like a kickback. Like, but not campfire, but like, they do have them bonfire. Like, I think it would be cool. Black people don't do shit like that. I think it would be cool to have a bonfire, get some liquor, get some music, have everybody just come chill out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it like hoodies and something. Like, I don't know, because people gonna wear hoodies if it's cold. But it would be so fun. Like, bring whatever you want to put on the fire. If you got some food you want to put on the fire, go ahead and do that. If you got some old papers you want to burn up because your ass too cheap to get a shredder, go ahead and bring them bills and burn them up. You know?
Dude, one story I gotta bring up about a bonfire, and this is fucking
great.
I got a friend. He's older. He's like the only friend I actually hang out with, like, faithfully. Like, when I have time, like, he'll come through. He's like just the oldest friend I have. He's like, maybe I'm 41. I think he's like 47, something like that.
Okay.
And this motherfucker's crazy. He's like the guy when you go around friends that haven't met him yet, you have to put the disclaimer up. He's one of those friends. Okay, back to the bonfire. Him and his brother, like, this was years ago, summertime, like, he takes me out to one of his friends' house, and these are white people.
Okay.
They end up being cool white people, don't get me wrong. Not saying that most aren't cool, I don't know why that came out like that.
I didn't really trust him.
But he took me out there, and they had a little bonfire going in the backyard, barbecue, drinks, got the little, what do they call those lights? Like, not lights, like tiki torches.
Okay.
Got that going all around the yard.
Lights.
Yeah, lights. It was a night. It was cool scenery. Okay. So, now, mind you, his brother worked with these people, or a couple of these people. He wasn't all the way in the door. He don't know these people like that.
Okay.
So I'm kind of the quiet type when I go around people I don't know. I'm just, you know what I mean, I'm friendly, but, you know what I mean, I'm going off of other people's vibes. So we sitting there drinking, maybe been there about an hour or two, and all of a sudden, there's this woman on the grill. She's been cooking since we've been there. And all of a sudden, the goddamn grill just flames the fuck up. Like, like out of control flames. Like, what the fuck's going on? My boy gets up and douses the fire with malt liquor. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And it was just so awkward because they looking at him like, because as soon as he put the fire out with the fucking Colt 45, there's a dude right there with a fire extinguisher. Bro, I was so embarrassed. I wanted to leave. I love bonfires. It's the only experience I had, but I will never take my boy Richard with me anymore, bro. You threw malt liquor all over these people's barbecue, and these are white people. They don't, oh my God. Craziest story ever. Craziest story ever. I just had to throw that in there. It was strange.
You know what that whole scene sounds like? That whole scene sounds like something from, like, National Lampoons. Like, Chevy Chase and shit.
It felt like National Lampoons because you are represented by the people that you came with. I'm the cool dude, motherfuckers talking to me, blah, blah, blah.
Working the room,
yeah, I'm working the crowd, mingling and shit. Like, everybody was cool, and all of a sudden, this nigga just jumps up. It was like one of those movies where something happens, and then he runs over this like in slow motion. He's opening up like 3 beers before he gets there and just pours it all over their barbecue. I'm like, oh, my God. But yeah, I like bonfires. It was an eerie silence after that. It was a very eerie silence. Like, I don't know. I mean, they kind of, I guess they appreciated his help for not letting the back of the house burn down. But they like, bro, why you pouring beer on this shit? Because it was just like a split second. Like, the food wouldn't have been ruined. It was just something that I guess someone's on the top of the grill just. But now they have malt liquor barbecue, and they just kind of just look strange.
So technically, you know what? Don't they have barbecue that got the whiskey? Just tell them this a new thing.
They might not have minded a little Jack Daniels on their shit, but this nigga had Colt 45.
Said, sir, did you throw the 45?
Nigga, don't throw that thick ass shit on my goddamn barbecue. Hey, but it was fun. Like, I would love to have a bonfire. Like, I haven't invested in a fire pit because my job holds me hostage, but it's like that would be the finishing point for my deck. I just want one of those so I can just hang out and do shit like that.
But I want to do that for just invite. You know what? Just invite people. Just be like, even if you want to bring somebody. Now, if you're trying to pop at somebody, it ain't that kind of party. I mean, I don't think, hey, y'all. But I'm going to tell people about it. Just like, hey, if you just want to come, just chill at a bonfire. Just to have a different experience on something. Because most black people will be like, bonfire? What for?
Yeah.
Bitch, to get some s'mores.
Nigga. You never made no s'mores, nigga. Take this stick and this goddamn big ass marshmallow and put it in the fire.
And you put it together. Like, or you can, get some meat. You do whatever. Like, I ain't providing the shit. I get the liquor, but I'm not providing your food, whatever you want. But yeah, just to come out and just my birthday kickoff.
Yeah.
But it has to be a little cool because I want it to be hoodies,
All right, well, you say you're October, baby, so it'll definitely be cool.
Woo-hoo.
We don't have to worry about the type of heat we've been dealing with the last couple of weeks.
No, last year it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Last year it was like, I think on my actual birthday, it was like 70. It wasn't
bonfire weather. That was bonfire weather. 70 degrees.
Oh, no, it wasn't. My bad. It was like, it was like 75, between 75 and 80. I remember because I wore this dress and it was the bomb. And it was great. And it was, so it was little. I want it to be cooler though. Hopefully I can get cool type weather. And then I invite everybody. Like I tell people on the podcast, like, hey, y'all. I will invite y'all too.
Come on through.
Like, if y'all want to come.
All right, one thing about the holidays I was just about to say, I guess like for Halloween, it's not my favorite holiday, but as I got older, like when I was a kid, we like to go out trick-or-treat, get the candy and things like that. But as I got older, a few years ago, it's like I moved into a neighborhood where you were actually getting trick-or-treaters.
Don't talk about my holiday like you.
No, listen, I'm about to put it. I'm about to big up your holiday.
Okay.
Now, when I moved into this house, the first year I was caught off guard because I'm from the hood. Like, shit, we turn our lights off. Don't come down here fuck with us, nigga.
They about to egg your shit over here.
We ain't even ate right tonight. You motherfuckers want us to give y'all some candy, but all right. I missed a lot of trick-or-treaters the first year. But I'm like, okay, I'm ready for their ass. And like over the next few years, I'm ready for them. People knocking on the door, and it was like, might sound corny, but it's a good feeling. You know what I mean?
Yes!
I'm giving out candy. People coming, knocking on the door, like all different types of races was coming. Races, not racist.
No,
racist.
We know what you meant.
I got a buzz. I was like, oh shit, did I call them all racist? Yeah, but it was cool. Like Halloween took on a different dynamic for me. You know what I mean? It felt good to see smiling faces coming to the door, blah, blah, blah. Now, on Christmas, I looked at it. It feels like when you're young, it's the innocence factor. Like, oh, Christmas, we're going to be good. We're going to get this. We're going to get that. But when you get a little bit older, it's like people just, it's a lot of greediness going on Christmas, man. Like, when you get together with your family, that's great because, like I said, everybody kicks it. Black families kicking on every holiday. You got a day off. So we're going to kick it anyway. It doesn't matter what's going on. But it's like a lot of people get a little bit greedy. Motherfuckers leaving with attitudes.
No. No, not all families are like that. Some families.
Not all of them. Mine is. Mine is. They got little attitudes that they keep in. Like, oh, so I get the $10 wholesale gift. I get the knockoff Jordan. This ain't even this nigga's head. Look at what you gave me. This nigga head is not shaped like this.
It's about why Jordan Duncan from from the back.
Why is this nigga on the bench? It's like this nigga should be on the court. Like I don't know. 4th of July is my holiday.
And I love Halloween and Christmas. I like the best of both worlds, the good and bad.
All right. Before we don't get anything for this Christmas, I want to go into another topic. Lee Daniels. I got to bring this up. I thought about this for a minute. I thought about this.
You know more about this than me.
Yeah, okay. For anybody that's in the dark on this, Lee Daniels, when he was a struggling movie director, borrowed $2 million from Damon Dash. And he kind of just ran off on the plug. It was like he stayed gone for like 6 years. A video surfaced a few weeks ago. Might have been, I can't remember what award ceremony it was, but Dame caught him. They grabbed some audio from it. It was a tense interaction. It was like basically, bro, hey, I invested in you, man. It's like now you got all types of things off the ground. You got an empire out here. You did The Butler, all types of stuff. You's a multimillionaire now.
You did do The Butler.
Yeah, so where's my motherfucking money? Shit, nigga, you got all these flicks that kicked off. All right, so when you didn't know of Lee Daniels and he was producing or directing Shadow Boxer and The Woodsman, that was off of Dame Dash's money. And the thing I don't get, and this is a two-part, but the first one is the thing I don't get is if a person outright loans you $2 million, he didn't even get paperwork from what I heard. He believed in you. And when you got the money, you didn't just throw it back. Like, this ain't a loan me $20 till I get paid and it's not going to do anything for you. Like, he was the reason that you're Lee Daniels that we know today.
He hit him with the $5 million that we.
Yeah, he's suing his ass.
Dash was talking about on that radio station, like how he helped people.
Mm-hmm.
And people. Okay. I did hear that. I just didn't know who he was talking about.
Yeah, it all tied back in after because when I watched that, talking about the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I think that's who it was.
I didn't know what was going on then.
Okay.
But later, after it all came out, and see, had I been in Dame, even though I do think like a couple of those scenes from that interview, was that the same one we was talking about the boss and the worker mentality and
no,
y'all don't own this radio station?
This was a different one.
Okay.
I seen one recently where he was, because I was going to share, my friend actually shared it with me, and he was talking about people not, him helping people out. Mm-hmm. And the same people that he helped out, because he's like, we can help other people out. We can just do it together. Uh-huh. And people kind of left him after they got what they wanted. Mm-hmm. And he's been hurt by a lot of people. It was more on the lines of that. And I was like, and this was a recent interview. So that had to be.
For him not to say his name, it had to have some kind of restrictions on the lawsuit that he had pending. I don't think he could have blasted him or something like that because I'd have been pissed. If a motherfucker owed me $40, I'm going to blast you on this goddamn podcast. I'm going to blast him. If a motherfucker owed me $40, I'm going to use this platform and be like, you know what? This nigga Leonard on some bullshit. I loaned this nigga $40 last Thursday. But $2 million? That's life. The average American doesn't make $2 million in a lifetime. And you funded this man's career.
But did Lee Daniels say that did he say that he didn't owe him the money?
Lee Daniels did an interview, and this is, I wish I could say her name. It's the black lady on TMZ when they stand around, the kind of heavy set.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
She got the podcast. She got her little show.
What's her name?
What the fuck is her name?
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, she got a podcast. She interviewed a lot of stars. She's, you know what I mean? She had Lee Daniels on the show.
Yes.
And he was basically, for a minute, he was kind of sounding like an asshole for real. He was like, when you do an interview when you owe somebody $2 million, you can't sit up there and say, I guess I'll pay him. He needs it now, blah, blah, blah. No matter what situation. That's what he said. I saw the whole interview.
That's what I was watching, but I didn't get to watch it all the way.
This man basically was like,
yeah, them hands crossed that way. It just
he was making it seem like, okay, this nigga getting on my nerves asking about this motherfucker $2 million. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, like it's $5.
Yeah, like it's $5 like this. Dude, that's somebody's come back up, whatever you want to call it. $2 million is life-changing money. Like, you don't sit here and say, I guess I'll pay him, I guess I owe him. And then as it went on, then he kind of started to make sense and say that this man helped me get my career started.
Yeah.
I should have, would have, could have. Like, bro, there was no need for a video to surface of him checking you.
In order for you to
give him his money.
Like,
you can't forget $2 million.
Oh, people forget it. People forget it. That's why I'm like, I don't understand. If you owe somebody money, you owe somebody money. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Like, you can't just get big and just think like, oh, fuck these people. You owe that person you can just tell the character of someone just by what they do after that.
Yeah.
Because let's just be honest. We know people who owe a lot of people money throughout the year. And when tax time comes, them niggas acting brand new.
Yeah.
They got new fur coats and shit.
They're doing all types of things before they decide to pay you.
They doing everything but paying your ass back.
Motherfuckers go spend $3,000-$4,000 and then pay you half your money. Like, nigga, whatever I got left, I'm going to pay this nigga back when I get my state. I got my federal. When I got my federal first, this for the big purchases, nigga. When I get that $800 from state, I break you off $350, and then we'll work out the other $250.
This how you know we black. We done listen to conversations like, okay. When I get this check, because my check coming in too.
Exactly.
So I really ain't even got to touch none of the income tax money. I just take that shit straight out of my check.
Yeah, dude.
And don't never take it straight out.
It's been so many times. You feel like you on top of the world. You're like, I'm still getting work checks. I don't know which gonna hit first, federal or state. Like, I've had people tell me, I've had people owe me $100. And a motherfucker will say, I just got my state first. Motherfucker, you got like $800 or $900. Now, wait till I get this $5,500 and then I'll break you off your $100. I'm even give you an extra $20.
I'll probably give you something. You know, it's some bullshit when they be like, I'm probably, what I probably do. It's not pay my motherfucking ass back.
Dude, I love my people, but I know my people. It's like there are so many things that we do, and it's hilarious. It's really funny, bro. It's like, why wouldn't you pay? I mean, this is still 9 times what you owe a person, but it's a law that if you owe somebody, you got to wait till you get your federal.
Right. That's just absolutely dumb. Like,
but it's us.
Give me my money.
Give me my money, dude. Like, man.
Like, why you gotta throw a trash bag on somebody's head just to get your and sneak up on the person just to get like this ridiculous.
Speaking of trash bags, you gotta see that motherfucking new episode of Power. Goddamn, you just brought up something that dude.
It's exciting me with all these clues.
That damn. Hey, you know what? Throughout the show, whenever you say a secret word, I'm gonna let you know you need to watch Power.
I feel
trash bags. Remember that.
I feel like we playing Blue's Clues. I feel like a clue where, like with that paw print on. Trash bags.
You got.
I'm going to watch it. I told you I'm going to watch it tonight. Not tonight. I'm not watching it tonight. But I'm going to watch. Next time we have this conversation, I'm going to be all caught up.
And I can't wait because after the podcast, I'm going to watch it.
Gosh.
Hopefully, my girl will wake up and I might have to go get her a sandwich because I don't have any food. Might have to run around the corner.
You know what? Run. If it was a snowstorm and we were stuck in the house, the last place I want to be is Ron's house. Because the only thing we about to do is drink ourselves to death.
I was about to say, I almost made a post about this today. It's like I got so much, like, when it comes to water and some juice and pops and things like that, it's so much to drink in my refrigerator. You almost, for like at least 30 seconds, you don't realize that ain't no food in that mouth.
You know what?
Because there's so much bullshit in there.
Liquor will keep you warm, though. So if the heat went out, we'd be fine. They'd be like, damn, y'all still hot up in this bitch? Hell yeah. We just...
Stomach growling, but we all got a sweat going. Are we good in here, bro? Hey, bring something to eat, though. Bring something to eat. I'm about to go to sleep,
shit. They'd be like, hell yeah, because it's warm as shit in here. What you need? But all I hear is echoes from y'all stomach.
Oh, my God. I got to throw something in today, too. I've been working so much. Me and my girl haven't had enough time to actually do something. And it felt so good the day we got out and we went to an amusement park. For those of y'all who aren't from these, I had to say it like that because a lot of people aren't from these parts.
We went to amusement park.
We went to Worlds of Fun and Oceans of Fun. And we just had a fucking ball. But one of the things, my girl is kind of, she's more daring than me. She got a little more courage than I do.
Really?
Like, yeah. Yeah, when it comes to those roller coasters and shit like that, it's like, this motherfucker's crazy. Yeah, small ones. But
So you'll be sitting next to my son while he at Camp Snoopy?
I'm about to say... She thought we was going to Camp Snoopy, bro. All right, like, we went to Oceans of Fun first. We was like, it's warm, and we going to do some water rides and do them first. We be dried off. We get on some other shit and we leave. So she saw the Mamba. Now, I'm not a huge roller coaster fan. The Mamba is too fucking high.
Really?
Yes. Now, let me tell you what I did, though, because she was hyped and ready. She like, let's get on this. We right here. Let's do this. I'm like, this motherfucker nuts bigger than mine. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you over here to this Timberwolf.
Hey.
We got on the Timberwolf. Now, for y'all that's listening and don't know anything about Worlds of Fun, the Mamba, those drops are probably like 10, 15 stories, maybe 20. And the Timberwolf roller coaster is like maybe a fourth of that. Or maybe, or I don't know. I don't have a physics degree. But I will tell you this. I got her on the fucking Timberwolf, and this motherfucker was scared as fuck from those drops, and I knew it. She got on there and she was yelling her fucking ass off and she was like, no, I'm cool. So I'm sitting here thinking, if my dumb ass had got on that fucking Mamba with you, I would have fucking had a heart attack for no reason. You couldn't even handle the fucking Timberwolf.
First of all, for any of you guys who've ever been to Worlds of Fun, you would know the Timberwolf was the first ride put up out there, okay?
No, it wasn't. The first ride was the Viking voyage.
And the Timberwolf came right after that. Bitch.
It probably did.
It's
a wooden roller coaster, but...
It's wooden, y'all. Listen.
I just knew her scary ass. She had the courage to want to get on it. But I'm like, I know you. I know her well enough to say, okay, let me take you over here first. So like I said, we walked past Camp Snoopy. She thought we was going in there. She saw this little baby roller coaster. She was like, that's what you want to get on? I'm like, no. We're going over here. And... I proved her wrong. She was scared. She didn't even want to get on another roller coaster after the Timberwolves. So I was not about to risk my life on that goddamn Mamba.
Y'all, I would jump out of a plane before I ride the fucking Timberwolves.
So you've been on the Mamba?
Yes. Listen, I'm a roller coaster junkie.
Are you?
You point out anything, I'm on it. Like, I'm like,
oh
where?
My God.
Which one? How?
A motherfucker would have to bet me $1,000 and then I would get on there.
What's the one that goes up? The detonator?
The detonator.
Listen, my stuff.
You do that too?
I do all of them. I go to Six
You's
Flags.
a bad motherfucker.
Yes, like Disney World. Like, they have I'm on everything. Where are we going? Like, what are we getting on?
I used to go to Six Flags when I was a kid. Roller coasters weren't that scary to me then.
Is it your blood
Like,
pressure?
I used to go back when it was Great America.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I lived in Chicago, so it wasn't too far from us. But as far as roller coasters, and no, it's not my fucking blood pressure. My blood pressure is fine. It's just those drops.
I wasn't taking no shots.
Yeah, you were. Those drops kill me. And we got, even some of the water rides had like serious drops. I'm like, wow.
I think it's like the older that you get too, because I notice sometimes, like if I'm high up, I'm not afraid of heights at all. But if I'm high up, then I'm kind of like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It feels different from when I was younger. But yeah, like you put me on.
Yeah, it feels a whole lot different to me. When those drops come, it's like, man. All right, first of all, you know how when people on a roller coaster, they got their hands up during the drops?
Mm-hmm.
I'm never that person.
This was like,
I'm damn near pulling the bar out the back of the seat. Like, you can, like when I do that drop, I like to make sure I'm staying on the vehicle. I'm staying on the coaster.
like you said, I don't want no pops.
I don't want none of that. I'm not going to be the nigga that just fly up and y'all keep going. Like, I'm going to fucking stay in that fucking.
I love it.
Man, I like it too. We had fun, but I have not manned up and got on the Mamba. I just haven't. And the Mamba goes like damn near all around the goddamn park. It's like, that's a long ride. That's how you know that it's too big. On a scale of 1 to 10, that would probably be an 8.
I had to like ride at least 5 times while I'm there.
You serious?
And that's only because that's the time that I get allowed by standing in line. Like when I go to World's Fun, I would rather go on a day that it looks like it's going to rain, because not a lot of people are coming out there. Mm-hmm. So since not a lot of people are coming out there, I don't have to wait that long. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't like going out there when it's like it's hot outside and because I'm already irritated. It's too many.
Yeah.
It's too many humans. It's way too hot, and then
well, there were no humans there today.
Not a one.
It was all cranes.
Y'all, he making jokes. Listen.
7-foot wingspan cranes.
All right, so since he wanted,
it was all birds.
Listen, since he wanted to talk crazy, so y'all, I went on a walk.
Yeah, bring this up.
I went on a walk, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm listening to French Montana. I'm excited, like I'm hype as hell. And all of a sudden, I see this shadow fly over me. And I'm thinking it could be a plane this low. And I look up, and I'm thinking it's a herring. It had to be a crane or a herring. Anyway, it's this big ass bird. And I mean, this bird had to be like 7 feet tall. Like, no exaggeration. This bird was big. And his wings were stupid long. Like, if you guys have ever seen an owl up close, like actually extend his wings, then you know how long their wings are. So his wings were just huge, and he flew down, and then he sat like next to this little pond that they had. And I'm thinking, I'm going to have to fight the shit out of this bird. Because he already looked irritated, like it's hot out here. I don't even want to be out here. Like, where else are you going to go?
I was just about to say, can they go indoors? Like,
well, if he wanted
big motherfuckers got nests, what do they do?
Listen, if he wanted to, because the nigga looked like he could open up the door and go in and fill out a job application. I was like, oh, no. Like, I'm really... So, luckily...
Nigga working at Costco. Nigga just got off work. Oh my God.
He would be employee of the month because he would reach everything that they needed him to. And if he couldn't reach it, he'd fly his ass up there to get it. I said, oh, I'm really going to have to fight this bird. So I'm preparing myself mentally. Like, I'm going to have to do what I got to do because he looking over here at me. I'm looking at him like, we just looking at each other. So luckily this old...
You're not supposed to make eye contact.
I
know they say that about fucking like grizzly bears or something, but if you run across a bird that's over 4'2",
no,
don't make eye contact with that
because if I get my ass whooped, I'm fighting back a little. Like I'm not like, oh, he bumped me upside the head. Like no, I'm watching you come. So he looks at me, and luckily this older white couple came, and they had 2 dogs. And these dogs were like, I don't know what they were. They were like labs or something. I don't think they were labs. They were probably collies. But anyway, so the dog comes and he's like, and he goes to get the bird. The bird flies off. And I'm just thinking, look at this shit here. This bird was talking all this shit, looking at me, give me the crazy eye. And this dog come, and then she's like, oh yeah, he's a crane.
That's what they said with the dog?
Yeah, Bobo always comes to chase him off. He's out here all the time. I said, this damn bird. So I was a little nervous. Ron laughing at me. I told him not to bring that up. And he just did, so I had to fill y'all in. Humans, I don't care about. I don't care about y'all. But animals, you don't know what they're going to do. They can do anything.
Was just about to say, I got to ask you this question about this video. If you haven't seen it, I know I saw it. So I just want to bring this up real quick and see if you saw it.
Oh, gosh.
There was this, like, I don't know what breed of dog it was. It was like a little dog.
Okay.
And it was like they had, like, years of footage of this dog. Like, I guess his owner stayed. It had to be Florida.
No.
Because the dog used to chase alligators back into the water. You haven't, dude. It's sad. It was funny at first. They had, like, over, like, I would say maybe 100 videos.
Why was it sad? Did he die?
Let me tell you.
Nope, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
And you can Google it.
I don't want to hear it.
I gotta tell you, listen, the fans are listening now.
No, just tell me.
It was like, no, I gotta start from the beginning. No, it's only gonna be like 2 minutes. Real short story.
Kill him? I don't want to hear it.
There were like 100 videos of the dog chasing alligators into the water. And everybody thought it was like something, it was like a legend going on in this town or wherever the fuck they lived at. And every time an alligator would come up, it was always people over there. I guess it was some kind of tourist attraction that was close because they would be walking by, like an alligator come up, the dog would just chase it back in. They laugh, hey, but he made his last video. No. Man, it was so fucked up. It was so fucked up. Now I hate I even brought it up because now I'm about to shed a thug tear. It was like every video he chased these alligators back into the water, but one motherfucking alligator just wasn't having it. It like just grabbed him and went to the water, and then they all screamed. I'm like, why were y'all letting this dog do this?
Right.
Like, yes, he survived 100 times. It's a miracle. So what? Why? Dude, if you Google it, you will probably cry.
I'm not. You know I'm not.
It was just like the weirdest shit, but that's where everybody would come over to his house and watch this little dog do. Little dog, like, you know what I mean? You know how the smallest dogs are always the toughest. They barking and blah, 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 but yeah. All right, pass that.
It makes me sad. That does. That makes me like really, really sad.
Well, let's go to something else. Let's talk about somebody. Let's talk about a nigga's money. Let's talk about Drake. Let's talk about Drake. You know what? I gotta say this.
Y'all, listen. First of all, Drake been. I want y'all to understand.
Drake been popping.
I've been drinking for a long time. Okay,
drinking.
I've been drinking for a long time. And for y'all newcomers who just hopped on the bandwagon, and for y'all people who just, when Pusha T came out, don't get me wrong, I like Pusha too, but when Pusha T came out, y'all like, oh, somebody finally go against Drake. Numbers, it's not going to happen. So just take that for whatever you can.
Yeah, there was no way. Like, you coming at Drake, if it was a scheme to get your name up, it was like, that was the wrong nigga.
Wrong.
And I actually had a discussion with this is about a few days ago. Me and my boy, we ran up to the store. We made a store run. We get in, and a song is playing by Drake. It was like, yeah, you checking out that CD, you like it? I'm like, bro, I've been fucking with this dude. It's like, long time ago, a homie of mine, I hadn't even heard the first mixtapes, like before he was major. Like when I heard Successful, I think Successful was the first song I ever heard of him. And then I heard Every Girl in the World, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, this dude. And he said he didn't like him because he heard a lot of the sing-songy songs first. But I heard the rap first. So, and yeah, a lot of the stuff, you know what I mean, some of it do be a little too sappy for me, but I was already a fan. Like, the lyrics got me. So, I didn't give a fuck what you were saying, nigga. I could skip some songs. You got that look, but some of the songs is like, no.
You know I ain't gonna,
No, you ain't Michael Jackson, bro. Like, but Drake is a dope artist. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying how I came across him in the songs that made me a fan. But Drake broke a record this week. Scorpion dropped. He hit 1 billion fucking streams in 1 fucking week. Now, we got artists in this world like Beyonce. We got artists like the crossover artists, white artists, the huge artists, Ed Sheeran. And look, that is a feat that no one has accomplished. And Drake busted their head with that shit. And my favorite song on the CD is Emotionless.
Yeah, that mug cold. First of all of them are the bomb. Okay, if you haven't heard it, make sure you hear it. Drake is amazing. Make sure you hear all the previous albums if you need to. Even the sappy ones, because sometimes we know some of y'all dudes sit at home thinking about your girl or your side piece or whoever you may be thinking about at the time.
It was only one release. I think it was Views from the Six. I think when he dropped that one. Views or whatever it was. I think it was just Views. When he dropped that one, I remember I was up. It kind of snuck up on me just like this release did. So I'm like, shit, I'm up. This shit just dropped. Let me check this shit out.
Check it out.
And it was like, it didn't have the same feel as this one. I know hardcore Drake fans like don't give a shit what he put out. I mean, it's all quality music. I won't just knock the man. But when I heard that, I was like, But when I heard this, by the time I think it was track 5 on side 1, even though we don't get CDs no more. But when I heard Emotionless, bro, it's like, I know you hear the rumors of the ghostwriters and this, and that, but I was like, if Drake wrote this shit by himself, or even if whoever the fuck penned this shit is a fucking scientist, I think he had a scientist write that shit.
First of all, it was him. Everybody always trying to say, okay, let me take that back. When people say, oh, this nigga wrote this shit, he got a ghostwriter. Or, oh, no, this nigga wrote this shit himself. Were y'all with them when the song was being made?
I did not definitively say.
No, I'm not saying to you. But I've heard a lot of people say, like, Drake got a ghostwriter. And then they'll say other people like, oh, yeah, he wrote this. No, that nigga wrote that shit himself. Like, dude, you were at home. As you are now.
Yeah.
When that shit happened. That's why when people say, well, you'll argue back. It doesn't matter if you're not there. You don't know who's making these people's music. However, one thing that I can say, if Drake if he got a ghostwriter, it's been the same one.
Yeah.
It's been the same one. And I doubt that he does.
I will never bring up the fact of a ghost. The only reason I brought this up is because as a rap fan for the last 30 years, when you listen to a song with the lyrical content and just what this man said for 5 minutes straight, it's like, I hope he wrote it. I hope that motherfucker wrote it, because that was the crown jewel. To me, that was the crown jewel of that whole double disc.
He wrote it.
That shit went. It's like when you listen to that shit, like the first time I heard it, like I was kind of skimming through. I think I was at work. Like I was, but when that shit came out, I stopped skimming. And And I'm that type of person. Sometimes if the fucking CD is if the music is dope, it might take me a month to listen to your shit. Why? Because I could get stuck on a song and play that motherfucker for a whole week.
Emotionless.
And that was the quality of that fucking song.
Yep.
I got stuck right there.
Yep.
It's like even when I was listening to some other shit, like, you know, you take a phone call and the shit Emotionless gone off, it's something else come on, like, oh, this shit dope. Let me go back to number 5. It's like, that's how I am, and that's how that song came off. But, hey, shout out to Drake, bro. You fucking killed that shit.
Well, I can't say it because I already know. And I expected nothing less from such a great artist who's just always been amazing, very talented, very thoughtful, just a very giving. Oh, just Drake Aubrey, because we are on a different level now. I'll let the people call you Drake Aubrey. Congratulations. You did amazing, Aubrey Graham.
Hey, I'll give it to you. You did your thing with that one, but a billion streams. You remember we had that show a few episodes ago. We was talking about like the difference between like back. It's gonna be a bankhead bouncing on that.
They don't know nothing about.
I caught it out the corner of my eye. Like, hold on.
I saw when you looked back over here. Like,
she having a seizure? What the fuck going on?
I'm bankhead bouncing.
We were just talking about how years and years ago, like going platinum in 1 week was something. And people like kind of said, okay, well, the internet messed the game up. The internet has kind of ruined the music industry, but shit, when you can get a billion, like, let's just stop right there. A billion.
He's a Aubrey.
With a fucking B.
And then you look at it like this too.
Is it a billion people? Well, yeah, 7 billion people on Earth. But
well, you have to think these are international artists too. It's kind of like you said, Beyonce. These are international artists. These aren't just some people who a couple of people heard about. No, these are people everywhere are listening to these people.
Yeah.
So you had to remember that. And then too, people who feel like this CD that he dropped was going to, because everybody's waiting for his response to Pusha. Like, I'm waiting for your response. And then it's like, oh, well, you have a whole CD. So let me go ahead and see what you're talking about. So even people who didn't like Drake were listening to this. And then as smart as Aubrey is, Drake, for you guys who don't know, as smart as he is, you would say, hey, instead of me dropping my song, let me drop my CD right now. Because if I drop my CD right now, then you have to listen to every song to see if I'm talking about something.
And then, like, if that
is the case.
If that's really what he was thinking, it was brilliant, because you never found that diss song.
That is the case.
You found a couple of songs that were like, nigga, I'm taking the high road. You not ready.
Right.
And nigga, these numbers right here, nigga, you can't fuck until you fuck with these. And the classic shit was the Plies video. The things that Plies said when he was like, I can't argue with you. You mad. That was, first of all, Plies is the funniest nigga in the world.
He is. I know he was so funny. He's hilarious.
I never would have thought back in the day when I was listening to Plies that the nigga was so fucking funny. This nigga's hilarious. And when I was listening to that CD for the first time and I heard Plies, I was like, nigga, you on some shit. Like, this shit is real, it's funny, it's relatable. It was like everything about it, and I haven't even got through the whole CD. But if you put out, I don't give a fuck if you put out a quadruple disc. If Emotionless on that motherfucker, even his intro, the intro was dope. And see, I look at rap at all aspects because I've seen so many greats. I've witnessed, I've listened to their music. That intro was fucking epic. Because a lot of people don't even put effort in the intros anymore. The music game has changed. Back in the day, the intro was what pulled you in. The intro was the shit you put in. Was like, oh, this shit about to be dope. That shit it's like a lost art now in these days. And he's really touching on what the old school hip hop heads want to hear.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm fucking with it. And I want to see this nigga on Power. Just kill him. Nigga, put the nigga on there. The nigga need to be on Power. I want, nigga, my favorite CD of the year. My show is back. Put Aubrey on where it's already recorded. Now, I guess they already got their 10 episodes. But nigga, put that nigga on season 6.
And I said that like Drake has always, as far as his son, when you had that conversation on the show, like Drake has
I got to talk about this. Go ahead.
Always mention little stuff about his son. Like I'm trying to think, and I said I was going to listen to the song, but I didn't listen to the whole CD. But which one was the album that came out in 2016? Oh, why am I asking you?
I think that was the 6th though. And we was out on the balcony. The Views?
Was it?
I think that was Views.
Yeah, I think okay. No.
It was?
Yes, one of them was Views. It was. You're right. It was. I just had to figure out what song.
I remember the night because I was in my living room and I said the nigga singing too much, and I waited till a couple weeks later to finish it.
Like seriously, he mentioned that because he mentioned going to court, back and forth to court with his baby mama, and I was like, he's always mentioned that he had a kid. He never just came out and told you niggas point blank like, hey,
yeah,
I got a kid. Like, but he said, like, if you listen to music, and that's the thing now. I think music has changed. Remember back in the day when people couldn't say so many things? Like, what did they say that the song about the electric slide was about a vibrator?
That's another reason why I hated we took last week off. That was a topic.
Like, listen.
I never knew that. My grandma used to dance to that shit.
But why wouldn't it? You know what? My mom.
That was deceptive marketing.
See, for some people, my mom was like, and? Like, she was like, back.
Yeah, because she been grooving for the longest.
But she was like, back in the day, you have to remember, y'all say whatever y'all want to say. Like, anything you want to talk about in music, y'all say whatever y'all want to say. Back in the day, you couldn't do that. You had to kind of disguise what you were trying to say in the song. In order, and the people who may really know, or the people who are really listening to your music, are people who you've told. Other than that, a lot of people disguise different songs, and different races disguise different songs on what they were talking about, opposed to now.
I wish I had that song queued up right now. It's
electric.
I didn't mean to cut you out, but
you got a feeling. It's electric.
Now when you listen to it though, it's like
boogie woogie woogie.
It's just weird that you would have made a song like that though.
Why?
But no.
It's the 70s.
I mean, but
it freaks.
Just to have something like that and to be so subliminal to the point to where nobody gets it. And then all of a sudden, I mean, and you know what? You know, he had to be waiting on the day to where he was like, nigga. I think the nigga, he probably gonna be out in about a week. Like, something's about to happen.
But you know what?
That's like a deathbed confession.
They have, I'm pretty sure they're
Y'all been dancing to the vibrator music, nigga.
I'm pretty sure there's interviews of songs that say, what did this song really mean back in the day? Because people couldn't just say so. The first song that came out that was like, oh my God, these people are just saying whatever in R&B. These people just saying what they want to say. It was, I think it was like, As Yet, it was Last Night. People were like, what? You know the song Last Night?
Wait a minute.
Let me find it. Y'all should know what I'm talking about. When he's like, I was inside of you. Like this.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. So
right.
Listen to that song. People were shocked, like, I can't believe he just said that. Because no one was saying stuff like that
exactly.
in music. Opposed to now, you be like, bitch, suck my dick, and da-da-da-da-da, and it's normal.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do that, which I kind of wish that they would go back to that. Not as much as they did, but just a little bit, because some shit is just
I think they should scale back a lot.
Right.
With the R&B, now, I have to say that, like, rap is rap. Even you know what I mean?
Even with rap, some shit is just too. Some stuff.
Yes, it takes a little more skill in rap to like say something without saying it.
Make a person think.
But with the R&B though, it's like, and this is just my point of view. Like from the rap, yeah, like you said, make a person think, make a person make them do some work. with the R&B is and I'm still old school R&B. That's why, like, I'm the kind of person. My bedroom playlist is 90% old school. It is. I got a bedroom. I got a barbecue playlist. I got a bedroom playlist.
Bring out them sandals.
So, so when you got some Gerald Levert playing, and then all of a sudden, like, even the bedroom music was subliminal. You knew what they meant.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
And then all of a sudden, the nigga come on in the middle of my song. It's like all of a sudden a random shit, and then like you feel nasty. Like you might be like all of a sudden, let me fuck ya. I'm like, hold the fuck on.
Like wait a minute, sir.
Nigga, ease into this shit. You don't know, man. Shit, this might not be my girl. I might be trying to romance her right now.
Yeah, right. But shit, like
now you in jail because a goddamn song came on the beginning. You start, you know what I mean, dude? Like, yeah, bro. You gotta subliminally, like with the romance, you gotta take it slow. Don't just come on. The first words you say is that.
No.
Hey, I agree, and that's from a man's point of view. Even though I don't give a damn what mindset you go into the situation with. Let's just kind of, I mean, if you're an artist, produce art. Like the art left when you just came out and just started saying exactly what you felt.
Right. Music doesn't make you think anymore. Again, do I got to go back to this? Yes. Look what Aubrey did for us. He made us think. He made us work for it. And I like to work for it. and that's exactly what he did. He made us work for it. He wasn't just like, let me just give you this. Mm-hmm. It was like, no, this is a game, and I'm willing to play. And that was the fun part, opposed to just putting stuff out. I don't know. Music is just.
And another reason, and one more reason I like the Drake album.
Only one.
I'm from a day. I was born in a time to where, like, all right, the NWAs, there were no. Like, you didn't have to think a lot, but that shit was still groundbreaking. But there's certain artists that came out, and it was like, because I'm a huge Tupac fan. It's like, you could listen to Tupac and maybe not, I mean, the song be so dope, you fucking with it. But, like, you might realize what he talking about, like, on the 18th listen. He didn't just, if you listen to it one time, and the song is broken down already, it's like you didn't, I'm not going to say you didn't put that much time into it, but you got to think more.
Fine then, I will. You didn't put too much time in it. If you listen to a Pac song and you got it the first round, and I don't care how smart you feel like you are. Yeah. If you got everything the first round, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
You listen to that a couple of times. And you know what? You can still listen to a Tupac song. It's kind of crazy because in different points of your life, like, from listening to Pac when I was young, like a kid, like 1992, to listen to him in like my teens, to my 20s and my 30s, like I get a different, like, it's like a treasure chest. You find something new every time. You be like,
exactly.
Damn.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't know this. So,
like I can listen to this shit now, and I remember. I cannot, like I'm old, my memory ain't that great, but I can't tell you what the year Machiavelli dropped. But I could tell you this. I remember Master P came and did a show on 7th Street. What is that down there? Municipal Auditorium? Uh-huh. Tupac Machiavelli dropped that night. I remember coming out. And the Ballers was outside. They had the CD. It's beating. You walking past everybody's car, and you just listening. Mm-hmm. And when I heard certain songs on that fucking CD, I'm like, dude, I got to go get this shit. That was a CD you listened to, and it was almost like that shit was in fucking Spanish at first. That shit started making sense after you played it a few times. You're like, what the? The nigga was so ahead of his time. Like, no rapper. You don't listen to many rappers today. You like, this nigga ahead of his time. I ain't gonna understand this nigga for at least 10 more years. He was one of those people. And just speaking about him right now just makes me miss a lot of the older music. That's why I think Drake is so universal. Like, you got the people that love him. Like, some people love him for the album cover. That was one of the reasons, me being a thug nigga, when I first seen the nigga first CD cover, I'm like, this nigga look like a model. This nigga got on a velvet jacket. This nigga got that certain pose and shit. I was like, and I almost didn't give him a chance. But like I said, a friend turned me on. It was like, so I really do respect artists like that in this day and time that's shining and bringing and touching on old school laws of hip hop and still being new school. So, yeah.
Now, don't get us wrong.
I could talk about this shit all day.
Don't get us wrong. We are not by any means saying that Drake is on the level of Pac.
Nah.
I think Pac has his own level, and I don't care what anyone has said.
I agree.
Pac has his own level, and he's up there alone for right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to say no one will ever come and be, like equal up or even be better, because it's possible. Has that been done yet? No. Not at all.
But the only thing that's crazy is you got these millennials that argue that certain people are on that level, and you can't really get mad at them because they, even if you go back, and trust me, a lot of the people that I defend and say are the greatest ever, when people go and listen to them, it's like, okay, you've already been tuned into
those artists.
Yeah, these are your generation's artists.
Like, I think the only argument that we can have about Pac being different is Pac was just like the shit that makes other people tough. People don't want to do certain shit. Like Julie Art. Like, come on. Like, Pac was an artist, not just a rapper, a poet, an actor, just in all different realms. He was just everywhere. And you would look at him and think, this nigga ain't like that. Like, he's just a regular dude, like a young black dude. And he was 25 when he died.
Exactly.
25 to have the brain power, the frame of mind. Like, people were getting mad because they said XXX was the same. Mind you, I did listen to X. Even before he died, I listened to him. I think there was something, he got into a fight, and I seen it on YouTube, and I was like, well, let me tap into this dude. It's like a year ago, something like that. And I started listening to it, and I'm like, I see why people of this generation would gravitate towards him, because he does speak to them and for them, and a positive, like, do this, like, be better, and who wouldn't want to hear that in music?
Exactly.
Even if you hear somebody talking shit, you just say, this is just music, be better, be a better you, and that's positivity, and people want to hear that. So I understand why people are saying that. And then when he first recorded, he was in jail when he first recorded. Like, when he said, I don't want to do this, I want to rap. And then I think he does a little singing too. So dude is like, it's not like he wasn't talented. To me, he was talented. However, he was not Pac. But I understand how people are going to say, well, for us, he spoke to us. When Pac didn't speak to us, he spoke more to y'all, which is, like you said, it's understandable. He was for our generation and our parents, because our parents loved him too. But
they tried to hide it.
My mom did not.
Take your, I come from a generation to where your parents would take a tape from you as punishment. Like, you not supposed to have this, but they bumping your shit.
Listen.
Now you didn't win and spent your $7.99 on this tape, and they bumping it. You know what I mean? It's like I guess they could appreciate it. I never had a chance to talk with my pops about taking my CDs and things like that. Like, I never got those conversations as we were older, but they appreciated it, but they just felt like, I mean, because Pac, to a parent, at first listening, like, they was only worried about the cussing. I think black families, they was worried about the cursing and blah, blah, blah. And it took them a minute to realize this nigga is on some real shit.
Listen, my mother pulled up to Chelsea Elementary to come get me playing It's Just Me Against the World, which was dropped in 1995. My dad would come up to the school, come get me. My stepdad playing How Do You Want It? And All Eyes on Me. And Ambitions As a Rider. Like, my parents were very vocal about this nigga's cold, and I like it. And that's what got me into it. I'm like, who is this? This double disc. Like, and it got me in the pocket. And then I found out that he, of course, had music before then. It was just, we're not trying to say that the young generation, that their music does not matter. However, it's like you have a crowd full of artists who are just here to make money. And you have some who are actually talented. But you have more who are just here to make money. And it's like they flood out all the good artists. It's like the good ones get overlooked because you got all this fancy person here who can make you dance.
Exactly.
And then you got somebody here who's preaching a message, but you can't hear him because you're too busy dancing. Hence, Danny Glover, Childish Gambino's song. So
yeah, and I think Childish Gambino's a dope artist. And it took me a while, don't get me wrong, it took me a while to recognize that. But
I remember when I told you about that song, you stood up here like
but you know what's funny? Like, I didn't watch the BET Awards. I caught a little clip, like when they pulled him up on stage and he was doing that little dance. It's something so funny about that dude when he do that dance. He's silly funny as fuck.
He's funny.
It's so funny when he did a couple of the dances from the video, because even when I watch the video, it's like, it's hilarious and it's the realest shit you ever see at the same time.
And then his facial
That's
expression.
a hard thing to do.
The boy said, what's up with that?
The dude is dope.
He is. I don't care.
He is. I gotta admit that.
He's always been dope. When like I said, listen to Freaks and Geeks. Oh God, that song is so cool. And then he's an actor. Oh, let me
stop. Childish. She wants your number.
I don't, but I would like, you know how some people who you could just say, if I sat with this person, I bet you we could have just a bomb conversation. Mm-hmm. And I could like learn a lot from this. I like to be around people who I feel like, one, I can have a good conversation, we can laugh and still be serious, and I can learn a lot from you. I want to take information from people and be like, damn, I didn't think like that. Mm-hmm. And me and you, we always talk about that. Like, just having conversations with people and saying, well, I never knew that. This is interesting to know. Like, fill my brain up, because it can't, go to max. So I want to know more. I want to learn more. It's just.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those people where you think, like, if you had a conversation with him, you would have so much. From my point of view, you can't make music like that and not have a certain mindset to where, like, if you're having a conversation with this person, like, he can enlighten you on so many things. Because making music like that is not an accident.
Right.
It's not something you go in the studio and stumble up on.
Like, oh my God, I came up with this great
Yeah, that shit doesn't happen. And me being an old head, an old schooler, when you listen to songs nowadays, it's like most of it to make you dance. Most of it, like you said, people are in it for money. But when you find real artists like that, we should respect them. And I do. A lot of younger people may not, but they'll learn. They're still younger people. And that's one of the things I think older people don't realize, is that some people may have that mindset as a youngster, but most didn't. It's like you had to evolve into a person that thinks a lot more. It's not just, okay, all right, this song makes me move. This song makes me want to get my freak on. Yeah. It's deeper than that when you get older. So
it is. It's like you want to, and then sometimes when you're younger too, I think when we listen to music, like, not all the time. Sometimes we want to dance. Did we not have dance songs? We did. We had songs that would get you hyped, like, for party songs. But if you were not in like that party vibe, you kind of wanted to listen to something like, let me learn something. Let me, like Master P. Master P was like, the whole No Limit Clique was like about partying. But they also talked about what he had to do selling drugs to selling music to but actually making it out of a business. Master P wasn't always just like and talk about nothing.
Yeah.
We actually heard something. We actually listened to something. We saw the startup of Cash Money to the breakup and how it all affected them. And it was like, damn, friends do break up. Like sometimes you start a business. It was like, I'm listening to you, but I'm learning something from you. Like, I'm not just learning to dance. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The electric slide.
Oh, it's electric. Boogie, woogie,
woogie. Dude, I wish I had known that we would touch on this subject because I would have had the music queued up because I've been so busy, even when that story broke. I am one of those type of people that would have went and just listened to it just to see if I could, even though we know now, if I could just see the whole thing. Like, if there's a certain lyric, like, you know what? Damn, that is obvious. But I didn't realize to make a song about a vibrator is some genius shit, actually. It is. And I sat here and gave props to artists who can subliminally say things without saying it, but that's dope. Like, that's imaginative.
Why are we? I'm not. I guess
it has to be.
I guess I'm not shocked by this. Like, this is. Like
I was shocked.
This is
a
like
vibrator.
Remember how they say play the song backwards and you can kind of hear certain things when you listen to certain music. I've done that before, and you can. Because
play the song backwards.
Yeah, to get the Ron.
You got a DJ set up at the house. You got albums and shit.
First, we all kept tapes. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, fuck y'all. Y'all like y'all know about cassettes. Before the CD-ROM came out, we did cassettes. And if you want to record over that bitch, you put a little tissue paper.
Put a little tissue up there. I pull a corner off your homework and put it in there. Like, I gotta dub this shit.
Hey, remember recording the Hot 88?
Yeah. Yeah.
When we wanted to learn the lyrics to something, we had to write them bitches down. Like, we couldn't get online and be like, let me type the lyrics. No.
Exactly. There wasn't no YouTube or... I remember back in the day where people were like, one nigga bought a CD and the whole hood got it from him. It was like, nigga, one artists were actually going platinum with only gold sales. Like, you were really platinum, bro, because we was all bumping your shit. But one nigga unknowingly turned like 75 niggas on a person. I mean, a purchase. Like, one purchase, 75 people enjoyed your music. Yeah. And hey, even man, music, you know what? We can talk about this all day. We got to get off it. I want to bring up, and it's funny, but it's serious at the same time.
Oh, God.
I don't even know how to bring it up. I would not be surprised if someone listened to this podcast and called the police on us. They might not have an address.
What are we about to talk about?
People calling the police on us. Look.
Wait, hold on. What is this? Is this for the... Let me think. This is one of the topics you put on the website, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I put a few on there, but over the past few weeks, I've just been collecting data, and black people are getting the police calling on them at an alarming rate. Like, we can do anything. You know,
we've been getting the police called on us. Y'all stop faking. We've been getting the police called on us. It's just that now they're more open to say, yeah, bitch, I was the one that called.
I was just about to look. Yes, we've been getting the police called on us for a long time, but now it's like for the most, for the silliest shit.
Yeah.
Like the past few weeks, let me get my notes up real fast. I haven't brought my notes up in a few shows, but I'm gonna bring them up.
I've been telling you about this notes.
I'm gonna bring these notes. I'm gonna let y'all hear real quick. All right.
First of all, he was not flipping it paper.
No, they didn't move it out. They was stiff as hell.
This fool hit the sound effect. Okay.
These are things that you can do and get the police called on you. Cutting grass, selling water, going to a pool, going to the zoo, riding in an Uber, smoking a cigarette, eating at Subway, or even if you are running for a local office and knocking on doors to pass out whatever information you're handing out. I just don't understand. Like, first of all, I made jokes over the past couple of weeks about calling the police for certain situations, going to Subway and getting fucking gypped out of my veggies, my neighbors leaving their trash cans out for the whole week.
You in Subway.
I love Subway.
Oh, my God.
I love them. And don't you fucking disrespect them.
I'm absolutely sorry. I'm apologizing.
I just want to know what is going on in a person's life or not going on that you want to be going on to where you're so angry to where you can see somebody doing normal, everyday shit and say, I think the police need to be involved. I don't worry about what I see people doing unless it's illegal. If I see first of all, white people run all the time, so I don't call the police on that. When I'm in Johnson County, I see people running, and it's normal. I wouldn't call the police and say, hey.
You should. It's like, what's going on?
I think this motherfucker just robbed a local store. I just don't.
Call their ass next time.
Racism, and you know what gets me? I'm always on social media. I'm on tons of news sites, and if somebody, let's just take the New York Post for instance, for example, if they make a post, if they post a status that says, let's take the Subway incident. Family of 5, family of 6, something like that. They're on vacation. They stop by a local Subway to, of course, eat. That's what people do at Subway. But the person who called the police was concerned that they were using the bathroom a little bit too much for him. And he used these words, possibly. They could possibly be putting soda in water cups. That's what he said. That's what he said. You got a black family, 2 parents. I mean, of course, the parents. And then you got, I think it was, he said 8 people in a van. It was only actually 6, 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys. He called the police on them. When the police got there, they saw that there was no crime committed. There were no soda stolen. And they apologized. The owner actually apologized. It's like, why are people so afraid of a certain race?
Have we asked that question?
If we have, I want to know now. Why are people so afraid of a certain race? Like, I just don't get it. You have a family on vacation, and then you have these people that says, okay, your caption, your headline is race baiting. You are starting shit. Like, no, the people that called the police was starting shit. If you post that a person called the police on a black family for no reason, like the 12-year-old kid that was cutting grass and accidentally cut like a 6 by 9 inch of grass from next door, if you post that kid was black, you're race baiting. That was a clickbait story. You didn't have to post that he was black.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't we? because you never hear a headline of anybody calling the police on a little. Hey, if a little white boy comes start cutting my grass, I'm gonna bring the nigga some lemonade.
Like, thank you.
Thank you, nigga. I pay $60 every 2 weeks for this shit. Nigga, come and cut all this shit if you want to.
You know what? I could be wrong. I don't think I am. I think there's like a secret meeting going on. And people are like, what can we do to piss people off? Let's just do some irritating shit. Like, let's have a dispute every time a black person does something that we don't like. Because technically, there is no law that says if I call the police on you and they come and nothing's wrong, that you can do anything to me. It's just a mishap. Oh, whatever. Like, there should be a law that says if you bother these people, because people say that all the time. Well, you could be out doing something else. Like, you could be out fighting crime or some shit like that.
Yeah. Like,
you're stopping the police from doing what they should be doing.
Exactly.
Just for some stupid ass shit. So in that case, if that is the person who you call the police on, if there's absolutely nothing wrong, they should be able to, they say you can do a complaint, but that's it. Like, a complaint does nothing. It goes in the drawer. That's it. No.
There should be, I don't give a fuck if it's a misdemeanor. There should be something like the person that made the call, if it's not a legitimate complaint, you should be charged with the shit.
I think so.
We already here, nigga. We might as well charge your ass. We might as well write you a citation. You call the police on a person that's cutting grass. You call the police on a person that's selling water. Like, I'm from Chicago. That's what people do in the summertime. Yeah. Like, I'm from the land of hustle. If you fucking pull up to a light in Chicago in the summertime, somebody gonna try to sell you some shit. And I've seen the police buying it. They don't give a fuck. It's like, shit, nigga, we need some water. It's 100 degrees out here.
The fact that lady called the police on that little girl upset me so bad. So bad.
It should have.
Like, really?
What was going on? And the fucked up thing is, the crazy thing is, this wasn't just some random person that had nothing going on. This wasn't some homeless person that just happened to have a cell phone. She was like the CEO of a company. And
fire her ass.
She
was on there crying.
I was about to say she lost most of her accounts, and then basically the last time I read, everybody who supported her company financially, everybody who sponsored her dropped her ass. So it was basically like being fired. She was her own boss, but people let her go.
I would have too. Like, yeah, because even if you own your own business, like, your accounts, the people who are helping you, like sponsors, if we had sponsors, that whole thing, like, yeah, those are who you need to make happy. So it's not like you don't have customers. You do have customers. It's just people.
And they let her ass have it. And they should have.
I would have too. She was on there crying like, I didn't get. No, you wasn't crying when you was called the police.
Yeah, the next day she was like, I was just playing. Motherfucker, what are you talking about?
Like she said, we were too. We're getting
yeah, we just playing too.
Yeah, but your account's not here anymore. Oh, we just playing.
Yeah.
You gonna put it back? No.
Nah. Nah, it ain't gonna go that deep, but we was just playing. Shit. I just don't. Man, I think somebody has to say it. It's like, we've been living together for the longest fucking time. One of these fucking days, you're just gonna have to say, I mean, you should already be used to it. Like, if you live in an area to where there are certain places in this country to where a person can get to be 30, 40 years old and never have interaction with a person of a different race. But places like New York, Chicago, KC, where we are, it's like nobody's going for that shit. You should be open to different races because you've been raised around them. You're not going to private school in KC.
But it's not even that. I think people tend to forget, like, the people who are raising people to be racist are not dead. You know what I mean? They're not dead. Like, they're alive and well. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, we talk about our grandparents all the time. So it's kind of like if their grandparents are telling them, this is what you should do. This is how you should feel. This is how you should think. And until they get out of that, you're going to think like that. Like, even with our government, Congress, and everything else, instead of you saying, okay, all of y'all, no offense, did a great job. They didn't, but did a great job. So we're going to go ahead and wipe everything clean and get new people with new degrees and to just take over the whole thing and just start anew. Then you got different people with different ideas and people who are raised differently. I'm not saying you're not going to get some people who wasn't still raised by their old racist ass grandpa.
Yeah.
However, you still get a new variety of new brains and different ways of thinking. Shit would change, but there's no law to have Supreme Court judges to leave or to they can die.
They can stay their old racist ass on that bench for forever
in that position. So if that is the case, you are not going to get change with old people because people are stuck in their ways. Like, we see that all the time with just regular people. Like, if you feel like I know what I'm saying or I know what I'm talking about, you ain't trying to really listen to what nobody got to say.
Exactly.
Opposed to you being removed and saying you got this new person here who may be horrible too. Let's take that fucking chance on this person be horrible because I already know what I'm getting here. Like, you're not going to get change if you keep dealing with the same people. And that's the same with anybody you hang around with. If you have people who are listening to their grandparents or their parents from what they were taught to be racist and to do this, they're going to do that.
And the thing, all right, the reason why I hate racists is that a lot of these people, like, not going back like 200 years or some shit, but let's just go back about 80. Let's go back about 80. Some of those people are still alive. Okay. Y'all are fake ass racist. Your parents, grandparents, they were real ignorant motherfuckers. Y'all was the real ignorant motherfuckers. But if you 80 years old and you grew up watching, if Sidney Poitier was your motherfucking favorite movie star, how are you a fucking real racist? Like, these people take, like, and nobody has ever said this. I've never heard it. But if I was a white man and I didn't want to interact with black people, you people are lower than me, even though I make 22 cents a year. Motherfucker, you have black people who are your favorite movie stars. And if you met these motherfuckers, you would gush all over them. You would fucking beg for an autograph. That's not a real fucking racist. Right. You fucking fake. Like, I would want to have a conversation. I'm one of those, and yes, y'all listening, I'm one of those people. I'm a good person, I believe. I'll try to be like, I can relate to any race of people because we're all the same. We go through the same shit. But if you're the type of person that will see a black person in a store or something like that and you feel you can't talk to them, then don't love our fucking culture. Don't like our fucking swag. Don't support our movie stars. You fake as fuck. It's like, pick a side, nigga. Yeah. That's what I would tell them. And you know what? That's the type of shit you could tell these motherfuckers and they will sit there with their mouth open like, you love us, nigga. Yeah. You love us. So why in the hell could you see a young black kid? You don't know this. Some people seen Barack Obama and said racist things about him. But this man grew up to be your president. Yeah. you idolize the people who make it past a certain level, no matter what race.
Yeah.
But you can be in the streets and see a person that says, and then you say, I'm above you. How? You're in this same fucking store. You probably live in this same fucking community. I will never support racism, but if you're one of these people who live in a state that's predominantly white, you had no interaction with these people, that's almost understandable because I support tolerance. Like, even if you haven't interacted with these people, you had no black friends in school, blah, 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 okay. But does that mean, I mean, you knew these people existed?
Yeah.
I just don't understand racism, basically. I don't understand it. I'm a black person. I used to, one of my favorite actors, can I think of his real name? Carol O'Connor, I think. Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
That was the funniest motherfucker on TV. Him and Edith used to crack me up. I didn't motherfucking not like your character because this man, that he represented a lot of people from that time.
It took me a long time to like Archie.
I loved Archie.
It took me, you know what? When I really started liking Archie is when they started featuring George Jefferson.
Yeah, but and that's what was so funny. He did. He liked him, but he didn't like him.
And then after that, I was like, okay, I can deal with Archie a little, but I think. I guess sometimes we have to, I try to put myself in the position of anybody else. Let's say.
We going in depth with the racism on this shit. Y'all gonna learn some shit tonight.
I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
For selfish reasons, I understand why they do racist, not white people racist, because not all of them are.
Yeah.
But I understand why they do what they do. It's kind of like if you have privileges and you're kind of like, I get this, I get that,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, well, this shit could change because I got to share with other people. You know what I mean? Like, niggas do that shit all the time.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine you doing that for one thing. These people are doing that for their entire lives. Mm-hmm. The part that I don't understand about it, racism in America especially, because you came over here and stole this shit. Like, okay,
took all this shit.
Take what's going on now. And they're like, oh, well, illegals shouldn't come over here. They shouldn't, whether they're trying to find better life or not, they shouldn't come over here. Let's just keep it real. First of all, let's have this conversation. White people came to North America searching for better life. They were dying on those boats. There was disease. They were hungry. They tried to find different land for a better life. That was the reason for coming over here.
Yeah.
You found it. There were already people here. They were Native Americans. They were already here. So instead of you just saying, okay, well, this is your land, but, we do want to stay here too. So you call the shots because you've been here. You took that shit over. Mm-hmm. And now you want to tell somebody else that they can't come over, but you did the same shit.
Exactly.
You were looking for better. You came over here and took the shit over. What I think white people are afraid of is that the same shit that they did happening to them. Mm-hmm. Just in reverse. Let's think. If the Latin culture comes over here for better life, right? Like, then that means you're coming over here in numbers. Mm-hmm. And the census already said 10 years from now, Latinos are going to take over. Just from a...
They passed us a long time ago.
just as an estimation. And it's kind of like, well, if there's too many, then, they're power in numbers. Mm-hmm. And one thing about Latinos, they believe in unity. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say this, and it's not being racist. I don't care what y'all say. Fuck that shit. I don't care. It's not like some people are rude, yeah. Walmart on Road is rude as shit. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. I told you when I had that conversation, this Mexican lady said, you people. And I'm like, nigga, you in a worse situation than me.
Yeah.
Like, they locking y'all up. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
Exactly.
Which it opened my eyes like, damn, even Latinos can be racist. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that I didn't know this because I already knew, but I'm just like, to put it blankly in your face. However, I'm not all for it. Wrong is wrong, right is right. It is what it is. You niggas did the same shit. You came over here and let me stop saying niggas because they're white people. You white people did the same thing. You came over here. You guys were dying. You came over here, you found new land. The land was already taken. You took over it in the conniving ways that you did. And now you're worried about somebody doing the same to you. It don't feel too good.
It sure doesn't.
It don't feel too good. Because you could give Native Americans casinos all you want to. That shit still doesn't make up for the fact of what the fuck your ancestors did. And a lot of people say, well, they're my ancestors. It doesn't fucking matter. If you know that's wrong, make it right. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fucking matter.
That's the reason, like, people sit, and we were alarmed a couple of weeks ago when we saw the immigrants being locked up, the children being separated from their parents, things like that. And just like you said, these people see those projections. These people know that in 7 to 10 years, the numbers will be totally different. Mm-hmm. And that's why certain things are happening. And it's kind of scary. Like, I keep saying I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but when you when you hear certain things, when you do the research for yourself, like, you find out some facts that some people just don't want to hear. Some people just don't want to find out about it. Some people just want to live and go about their day and not think that other things, like bigger things, are happening. Like, and I haven't done the research on this, but I've been hearing the opinions. Like, okay, you remember, like, I might have been the only person that read about these Purge movies and kind of people being desensitized to the Purge. Now there's a new Purge. And it's called, and now all of a sudden it's a prequel. It's called The First Purge. Yeah. And who are being eliminated in that? Black and brown people. It's like,
perfect time to do that.
Yeah, perfect timing. But when you think about it, like, how many Purge movies have there been? Like 4? Now you make the prequel because they've been out. Because if you'd have dropped The First Purge as The First Purge, they were like, wait, this shit's racist as a motherfucker. What the fuck's going on here? Put out 3 or 4 of them, then make a prequel. The First Purge. This was supposed to be first. And from what I've read, it's like lower class black and brown people, gang members.
Well, all of them were kind of not necessarily. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because they made sure they killed every race of that motherfucker.
Yeah, they made sure. But this is kind of like, they said that this one wasn't going to get as many numbers.
Yeah,
as the other ones.
It didn't even get the promotion that the rest of them did. It kind of snuck up on us. Like actually today, I knew we had to do the podcast. Like I said, we had date day. Went to Worlds of Fun, had a ball. I hit you up like, hey, what time you coming? Because I want to sneak in a movie. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, I want to go see this shit. Yeah, I'm going to see it tomorrow, but I wanted to go check this shit out. It was like, I just think, like you said, perfect timing.
Yeah. Not
just as far as like what's going on in the world today, because this shit, the Purge movie started like 5-6 years ago.
Hey, I'm so sorry. That Meet the Blacks is funny as shit.
Here you go.
But when you said that shit, this fool said, why are you touching on his head? If y'all haven't seen Meet the Blacks, if you watch this Purge, you get so pissed off and you haven't seen Meet the Blacks, please watch that shit. It'll calm you down. It will. But perfect timing for them to do a movie like this. It is. But shit, it's like, we already know that. Mm-hmm. If people could unify, but the only thing is, if black people and Latino people, if we unified, mm-hmm. then you could take over that, which is just fine. However, after we win, it's like LA. We going at each other.
Yeah.
After we win, you know what I mean? Because it's still, I don't care what anybody says. Some people say, "Oh yeah, let us all be together. Let us all be together as long as you still in a good position."
Yeah.
But let us all be together turn into, well, your job needs to go because somebody else needs it. We need more color around here. Then it's like, wait, what? Hold on. I didn't want this shit. And that's what can happen. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like, even if we did unify for that reason, it'll still be a problem. Which I understand that too, because we don't win in numbers. But we don't win in numbers because I feel like you're not letting other races come over here like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then there's a disconnection between African Americans and Africans. Just by our attitude perception. Yeah. Like I've heard a lot of people say, well, Africans are rude. They don't like us. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, shit, y'all talked about it for years. For years. Everybody, black people wanted to be everything but black. Mm-hmm. Black people wanted to be mixed with Indian. Black people wanted to be mixed with European. Black people want to be.
I ain't all black. No matter. It's something in
right. It's
something else.
And even if it is point blank period, you're still black too. You know what I mean? When people say there's Indian in my family, well, Indians were here already.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure there is. I don't doubt when people say that. I don't care how kinky your hair is, how dark you are, how whatever. I know some dark Indians. Like, it doesn't matter. But you want to be everything but black. Instead of just saying, like, no, I appreciate, my African heritage. And I would like to learn more about it. Mm-hmm. But I've also found out that different, like, I think it's, what is it? I think it's the Irish or Jews. They have a scholarship or funding that'll let young Jews go back to their homeland and see where they were originally from. Mm. Why is it not like that for Africans? For African Americans? You took us, so you ain't gonna take us back and say, hey, not even to say for a trip, just to figure out where you came from, just to give you that culture. Mm. We fund this and we pay for kids to go so they can go see, so families, so they can go and see where they're from. And people think like Africa's just, I don't want to go to no African, it's just dirt roads. Hey, look, parts of Africa look better than here. Like,
I've seen people in Africa, these motherfuckers driving Bentleys, Mercedes Benzes, like owning their own homes, several homes. It's like the perception of Africa has been
stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's basically because we don't do our own research. And not just research, you should want to go back. Like, you should want to visit and see for yourself.
No,
like, people are scared. Well, okay.
Ryan, our people was over there chilling.
Hey, I want to hit a few places because we hear so many things. Yeah. I want to hit Egypt. Like, any place that you say our ancestors passed through, I want to go see it. I want to go see several places just to make sure I hit the right spot. Know my ancestors have been there. Like, Africa is a place that I want to visit. But touching on races, I have to say this. And I don't understand it because, first of all, like my grandma used to say, every human on this earth is just passing through. We got a short time here.
Yeah.
We got a short time here. So while you're here, why hate? Not the regular hate. Like, the nigga down the street got a newer car and it don't look like he work as much as me. Not that type of hate, but just real, genuine hate. I hate this person because she looks different than me.
Yeah.
I hate this person because he has a different bloodline than me. It's like, you have a short time on this earth and you are not trying to enjoy the people that are around you. If your street is made up of different races, then communicate with them. Build relationships with these people. Racial tolerance is not that hard. It's not that hard to get along with people because they're people too. Like, we're all people. Like, you just brought up a crane earlier. Like, Look, if you living next door to a fucking crane, then okay. If this motherfucker got a family and he's going to work and shit, he look funny, it's a bird. Okay, I get that.
Listen.
But everybody's a person.
But get Ryan. Ryan got me looking around like, I'm about to go through the back. I knew that nigga was at the front door.
I'm just saying, I gotta say this because we've had a couple of weeks off and we came back and we killed this month. This was a good. I'm gonna tell you, I listen to all the podcasts, but this shit was dope even doing it. It was like we came back with so much fresh energy. I love this shit, but as far as like touching on this down subject, it's not upbeat or anything like that. We need to just get along with people. Like the things that you're doing to future generations, your nieces, nephews, sons, daughters, you don't know how the world will play out when you're gone.
Yeah.
The world can take a drastic change. So to teach a person to hate a person because of the way they live, their background, their bloodline, it's like you're not preparing your future generations to be happy because you're always going to have this thing on your back to where I hate this person or I don't like this person, and that person can save you at any day. You can have a car wreck and a person of a different race can save you. You ain't going to get out. Yeah. You ain't going to get out that motherfucker. It's like I think of shit like that. Like it might sound simple, like you're talking about racism, you're talking about this, and that. Eventually, we're all going to need each other. Yeah. We're going to need each other. There will come a day that we're going to need each other. You're going to have to pray with somebody. And they might not all look like you.
It is. I think in order for us to get better at that, though, and I mean everybody, I think you have to step out of your comfort zone and stop and hang around people who may not agree with you. You know what I mean? Like there's no way you can get, because even if you say something and you get likes, of course these people think like you.
Yeah.
But in order for you to understand where another person is coming from, you have to dive into that. Like, why don't you, I mean, and that's only if you care to know. Like, why don't you understand where I'm coming from? Because some people look at racists like, oh my God, they're just racist. But why are they racist? Or even black people who think the way they do. Like, why do we think that way? Or when we say stuff like income tax money, we talked about that on the show, previous show.
Yeah.
And we're like, why do we spend money the way that we do? Like, you have to dive into certain stuff like that. And it may make you uncomfortable doing that. But if it's that important, like, it's just something that you should do. In order for you to learn, sometimes you have to be uncomfortable. And I think until we actually do that, then we're just going to get like a one-sided view. We're just going to just think people are the way they are just because. Instead of you saying, I want to understand where you're coming from. Even though I don't agree with you. That's why I say I can debate with anybody and talk to anybody. However, you may say some shit that got me next day or 2 days later like, damn, I wasn't even thinking like that. Like, because you think differently from me. So I needed that. And I may not even still agree with you, but it's just I'm open to see how you think about things. So I agree with you. Like, we should get along, but in order for us to get along, we have to understand why we think the way that we do.
Yeah, I agree with that. And one of my last statements I have to say, like, what if? Because right now, as far as the way the world is going, not just in this country, because in this world, in the grand scheme of things, this is a little country.
Yeah.
And the way our ancestors have behaved and the way these people have done certain things and went about the way they went about relating to people, what if 20 years from now, nobody cares about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you think that, and this is a big if, but how do you think we're going to look at our ancestors like, these motherfuckers was stupid? Like, you taught hate and now it's gone. It's wiped out. And hopefully that happens. I won't be here. You won't be here. But they'll look. No, you're not going to live forever, Bianca.
Okay.
They're going to look at these people
Hey.
like, these people actually hated each other for the reason from skin color and ethnic background, ethnicity. It's like, I could talk about this shit forever because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I could talk about it forever. We could have a whole podcast on that. But hey, we try to be funny. I think we gave y'all a good show.
No, I like this.
Racism kind of pulls us down a little bit. It's like it's not a great topic, but it needs to be discussed.
It is. It's something we need to talk about. And I think if anything, like the mental illness show showed us that there are certain things that we can laugh and we need to laugh. Laughter cures everything. A lot of things, not everything, but a lot of things. But we also need to talk about some serious stuff just to get people thinking. Like, we have this platform, and I'm so grateful for Ryan for like letting me speak because I like to talk. But we have this platform, so we should just go ahead and use it. So sometimes we're gonna be funny, sometimes we're gonna be serious, but we still want,
But we gave y'all all of both. And shout out to Patricia and Christina. The last show was really dope. I hope if you guys listen to this one and y'all haven't listened to the mental health show, y'all go back and check it out. We had a Q&A session with two professionals, and it turned out great. It was like, it was
bomb.
It exceeded my expectations. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was nervous. I'm like, these people actually went to school and paid attention. How am I going to conversate with these two?
Will you understand?
I didn't want them to be like, you dumbass, and walk off. But they had tolerance. They tolerated me. It wasn't a racial tolerance. It was like a educational tolerance. They they welcomed me.
And we found out Ron has. We went down the list of what the issues Ron had. And we'll have to do 3 more shows. This is going to be like, what is it? Yanya, what is her name? Change My Life.
You know what? That's the hardest name on earth. Ileana.
Aliana.
Yeah, the black lady on Fix My Life.
Hey, she be looking at you like, no, you right.
Hey, Patricia kept shooting me down like, I got that, Ron. Quit trying to pull yourself into this. We trying to educate people. Go on with that shit. I got some of this shit. You just gonna reject my shit? Hey, but that was a good show. We hope to bring more shows like that, like informational podcasts. Like, we like to have fun with y'all, talk shit, make you laugh, but we will have some
funny stuff.
Yeah, basically some more shows that keep you informed, like certain topics that people don't touch on. And we asked a lot of questions. Hopefully we touched maybe a question that you may have had.
And if we didn't,
but didn't have insurance, so you couldn't ask nobody.
I think we need more interaction too. Like, if we didn't, if you want us to talk about something, like, post it to Ron or to me or to Urban Absurdity, like to anything. To let us know you want us to talk about something that maybe we don't touch on enough, or you just want us to talk about it, so we can do that.
Exactly, and we will. We know y'all listening. We know y'all out there. We see the numbers. I watch the numbers every day. I'm a numbers freak.
He is. Because he'll message me like, hey, look, just look at the numbers. Like,
if I wake up at 6 in the morning and got to use the bathroom, I go look at the numbers like, damn, we got 300 listens since I went to sleep. You know what I mean? And that's important to us because we want to build the show. We want to make the platform bigger. And we will never, like we was talking about the rap game, we will never just do it for the money. We will always, if we get to the level that when we get there, we will definitely try to help people. Every topic that's relevant, we will try to touch on it. And we will have more professionals on. You know what? We need to get experts on credit. I need to get some credit experts. We need to do a credit show.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, because we got to get some credit going on. Like when Jay-Z said, what's the difference between all these races? It's credit. It's like, as far as building things, like black people need to get their credit together.
Let's fine.
We need to fucking get our credit scores up, and then there were no walls when, like on paper, when you look a little more light skinned, we need to get that going.
Hey, let's find that. Okay, that is our mission. We're going to get a credit show, a credit repair show going, or just yeah, I think that'll be cool. Like, oh, look at Ron coming up with these ideas. Ron been in the lab just sitting.
Hey, in this past 2 months since we hadn't done a show, well, we could have, but it felt like 2 months. I just thought of so much shit.
We didn't.
And I know a couple of people on my page. I see them doing credit repair. They're helping people out with their shit. We need to get them on there and ask them some questions. No scams, because I need to really get my shit right. If you make my credit score fall, I will sue you. You're going to sign some paperwork when you come on the show. I swear to God you are. But like I said, watch Power.
Sued.
Watch Power. It's on tonight. The first episode came on July 1st, so I hope y'all seen it. It's dope. I want to know why we don't see all of Tasha and Ghost kids. Where that little girl at?
Hey, she ain't never listened. She was never around.
Where the fuck who is she with?
The grandma.
Is that like an unspoken thing on the show? Like we don't see her other daughter?
Yeah, but you always see the grandma around.
I ain't seen the grandma in a few episodes. I haven't seen her in.
But when you see the little girl, you see the grandma. Which automatically,
I'm gonna have to go back. What season? When's the last time we seen her ass?
I don't remember. But when I see the little girl, I see the grandma around. So it makes me think, oh, Grams Duke got her. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? That's some subliminal shit they threw in about black families. Like, okay, grandma got her.
Shout out to my mama, man.
She's like, you know what? Y'all dealing them drugs. I'm gonna take the youngest baby. Them old ones, they know.
Them old ones gonna get caught with that yayo. But these young ones,
I'm gonna raise this motherfucker right. I ain't gonna have her ass around ghosts.
I'm gonna do something right with this one.
Hey, thanks everybody for listening. We happy to be back. We about to storm on y'all ass. Hey, I'm gonna say bye.
Oh, listen how you said it. Bye. Later, y'all.
Bye.